y'all come on in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm out here. The tailgate experience. All the way up. You're about to take the victory. Go. All right. Deep down. What do we got right here? All right. Hold on up. The happy birthday to this. Y'all know what time it is. Monday Night Football don't need no back again. I'm trying to tell you. That's it. All right. Who we got right here? We got right here. Wonder Woman right there. And take it out. All right, what you guys say? What you guys say? Miss Panther Lynch. All right. Miss Panther Lynch. Like Birdie. All right. Yeah. Southeast Town. Let's get it. All right. Right here, y'all at Royal Riot. Tailgate one. Oh, man. It's on. Let's go. We told y'all we gonna be out there soon. And y'all know what's happening. All right. Yo, keep pounding. To all my Panther fans that's in the building, y'all already know what time it is. Your boy Dub Q is here to talk about the top 10 quarterbacks. And look no further than bringing your tail right up in here. It's time to discuss. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. For full perspective, there's a lot of guys that I could mention in this top 10. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? Yes. Number 10, coming on in, and I'm going to count all the way down to 1. Coming on in, your boy Dakota Rain Prescott. Coming on in at 4,516 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. That guy is number 10. Look, love him, hate him. Prescott is still an average quarterback in the NFL, and he gets a lot of hate for being on the Cowboys. But had he been on a different team, you probably wouldn't receive the hate that he would hate. Dallas is always up under a lot of pressure because the expectations for them is to always come out and win. With the way that this team is built, they are a quarterback away from finding more success. So whether they get it from Dak Prescott or they look to the young guy that's behind him that they went out, Trey Lance, they need the quarterback position to be vital this year. But like I said, you can't discredit 4,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Let's just be real. I'm going to put that on out there. Number 10. Next up for me, and I know y'all saying, okay, if Dak Prescott is number 10, which way are you going with this? I'm going to go number 9, Tua Tagovailoa. 4,624 yards, 29 touchdowns, but 14 interceptions. He is probably one of the most controversial quarterbacks because everybody sees the promise, but also everybody seems to boom bust on this guy. He's a good quarterback. He showed it this past season. He has Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle, Devin Achane. He has the weapons, the requisite weapons to get it done. But for some reason, it's just about always coming up small. I don't understand it. But I'm going to be real with you guys. He still needs to execute. This offense has been completely built around him. If he doesn't get it done this year, he's probably going to be out of the door because I don't see them giving him a long-term contract to stay there with them coming up short every year. But let's move on. Number 8. Yes, I'm going to be real with you guys. Justin Herbert, to me, number 8. 3,134 yards, 20 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He has one of the strongest arms in the NFL, but as of late, it just seems like he can't put 2 and 2 together to get it done. He followed that up with an inconsistent year. Now entering this year, what we're going to do is we're going to say they had to break it down and bring more weapons back in there. Because like I said, Keenan Allen was shipped off. Jim Harbaugh is a guy, his system is going to be predicated on running that football, playing style defense, and coming out and not making no mistakes. So that's why I say Justin Herbert is going to be key and vital to their success over there. If you were to ever come in as a coach and keep any quarterback, it's Justin Herbert. Let's go on down the list. Next up, I'm going to say, this way it gets a little tough at. Jared Goff. 4,575 yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He was once an afterthought when he was sent off to Detroit, only to go over there and turn that entire franchise around. So him, Campbell, and the guys, Ben Johnson, have done a great job in coming out there and just being one of the most high-powered offenses that we have seen in this league. Goff has improved his game, which he led the Lions last season to his first 2 playoff games in over 30 years, something that's never been done. So, once again, I'm inclined to say that Jared Goff is a great quarterback. He just got paid, which is, I think he's paid as number 3 right now, number 2, I believe, with $52 million a year. He deserves it. You helped turn around a franchise that hasn't won in 30 years. Before that, you was in the Super Bowl with the franchise Rams. Everybody keeps forgetting. He was in the Super Bowl in his second season. So, I mean, let's be real. This boy is a good quarterback. They just keep shitting on him for some reason. That was number 7, I believe. Okay. Number 6. And I'm gonna be real. Hold on, let me make sure I count them right. So I did that one. Okay. Number 6, I'm gonna go CJ Stroud. Yes. He didn't make the cut on a lot of people's list, probably in the top 10, but for me, for a rookie, he had an exceptional season. Led Houston, a franchise that was dead in the waters. Just the season before, only won 2 games. He comes out and win 2 playoff games under his resume as a rookie. Go 10-7, and like I said, lead Houston to something they haven't seen in years, and that's the playoffs. Since Deshaun Watson, they haven't seen the playoffs. And so I think C.J. Stroud, which is the guy that we could have had in Carolina, which burns us even more. It's great to see this young fella come out and have such a great starting off. And I'm encouraged because I believe the young fella, he got the it factor. And I think by the time I do this list after this season, that boy gonna be in the top 5 probably. But speaking of top 5s, this is where it always gets sticky. Number 5 for me, I got Lamar Jackson. Yes, I put Lamar Jackson number 5. Simply because he's the reigning league MVP. He's got a second MVP. He's a dual threat. He's dangerous. He can take off at any given play. But Todd Monken, like I said, had a great impact on this young fella, trying to turn him into the pocket passer quarterback. But we all know that's not what that guy really does. And that's what happened in the postseason. He tried to get cute. He tried to prove to everybody, hey, I can throw. Hey, I can be that guy to take, everybody else and elevate them to the next level versus getting out there and playing your game. That costs you a chance to go to the Super Bowl, brother. So until you can eclipse that, I cannot put you above some of these other guys that's been in those big moments. And like I said, I really probably could have put the next guy at number 5, but I wanted to make sure that everybody understands if I had to take these 2 guys, I'm taking Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry, I am. At 4,306 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 18 interceptions, they took a step back last season to reset, to get themselves together. Like I said, the number one thing is the Bills was a toxic organization last year. You could look at it and tell. When you got your number 1 receiver trying to fight your quarterback on just about every chance they get. The link was not there. The energy just wasn't there. So they had to get Stefon Diggs up out of the building because, number one, he was a locker room cancer. They shipped him on down to Houston, and now C.J. Stroud has him. Hopefully C.J. Stroud don't have to put up with what Josh Allen had to put up with. But you also got to understand he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. We see him duel Patrick every chance that he get. His size alone makes him tough to play against. And he's been better about putting him in better situations. One of his biggest improvements is that he need to make sure he take care of the football better. 18 interceptions for a guy with his talent is unacceptable, but that comes from not being on the same page a lot of the times with what you saw on the field last year. And you got Dalton Kincaid and them boys over there. You better get to it, good. So as long as he fixed turning over the ball, he'll be fine. Next up, and here's where it gets sticky. At number 4, I'm gonna put the next quarterback I'm gonna put Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts right here. 3,858 yards, 28 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. He's a tad more efficient. But like I said, his offensive productivity, the difference between him and Josh Allen is about 500 yards output on throwing the ball. But it was a strange season for the Eagles because we saw them hit a slump and they just never looked back. The Eagles were bounced early in the playoffs and they really kind of out looking for redemption right now. I think losing Shane Steichen was so critical to them, they just could not get over the hump. So I'm looking for them to be vastly improved. And I'm going to be real. That one is a tough one for me. That was a tough one for me, man. That was actually number 3. I'm sorry, I messed that up. And it always gets down to the top 2. The top 2 to me is always going to be my guy, the king of the North. You saw him got hurt last season. He played minimal. He had 2,300 yards, 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He only played 10 games last season. He was hobbled with an injury. His wrist is healthy now, and I'm pretty sure a healthy Joe Burrow is a problem for anybody in the NFL, in this NFL's league. So you got to understand, Joe Burrow is about to get in somebody's ass. Yeah, I'm saying it. King Burrow. If I woke up every day with Burrow as my quarterback, with the weapons that we got in Carolina, oh my God. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But he's your number 2. And number 1, y'all already know it, Patrick. Can't lose the bowl, Mahomes. 2,023 yard stats. He had 4,183 yards, 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Look, as long as they got this guy's always going to be competing for Super Bowls. And you saw them, they bolstered up this year. They went out and got Xavier Worthy, which a lot of people is not high on him, because he's been dropping a lot of balls and whatnot. But they went and got some receiver help over there for this young guy. They also got some offensive line help. They're looking to come back out and win this bowl again. The defense is there with Jones and the crew. I don't see any reason why they can't come out and be competing for another Super Bowl. As long as you got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, you got a chance, man. So I'm going to just put that out there. Shout out to everybody who's watching this. This has been your boy Dub Q. I just gave you my top 10 list of QBs for this season, 2024. Make sure, hey, do us the favor, comment down below your top 10. Am I on? Am I off? Am I close? Am I far away? Talk to your boy. Let's see how we look, man. And I'm pretty sure somebody in this who watching this video will have a very interesting list. So post it down below, and y'all might even highlight you in the next video. Let's get into it as we do, man. It's your boy, Dub Q.